Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm here doing another abstract mixed media piece, number 49 in my series. Who would have thought that I would be doing so much? So I'm using my A5 diary again. It is almost done. I'm so excited. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I started it thinking, I'll do some abstract and obviously some other stuff in it, but no, it's just been abstract mixed media. So it's been a pleasant surprise and a wonderful journey. And I want to thank you, every one of you, for going along with me, for being on this journey with me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So, once again, my page is raw. There is no gesso on it, no previous paint. And I'm applying paint with my spatula. It's acrylic paint once again. I am using a paint from a previous project, just trying to get rid of it. And I like the marks that the spatula makes when I apply paint. So sometimes I just use that, something different. Right now I'm trying to blend the two together. So I'm going to spend some time with that. I have bordered my page with washi tape because when I finish my piece, I like when I peel it off to get those sharp edges. I love that look. I have done some where I did not border my page and I just created, and those are fine, but I really like the bordered look. It's super cool. So I'm going to dry this layer, and then I'm going to use my paper patterns that I cut out of it's not heavy cardstock, but like Bristol board, and I just cut some shapes in them just to make my own little paper stencils. And I'm using black acrylic paint and applying some through my my own handmade stencil. So if you haven't already, I want to encourage you to make your own. So when I lifted this up, I was kind of surprised because I really thought I carried it all the way down to where the washi tape was, but I missed the mark. But I said, that's okay. We'll get this one on the right. We'll try and get this one to the edge. I was like, whoa, that's kind of weird, but that's okay. So yes, I just want to encourage you to get a piece of card. It could be any scrap. It doesn't have to be something that you have to buy. You could probably use an old postcard. That you're obviously not using, and you just draw some marks and cut out your own stencil and use them in your pieces. It's awesome. So I had this thinner one, and I've just decided to overlay the thicker lines, and as usual I'm just going with the flow. It's really small. It's a really small stencil, but I mean, it's doable, it's workable. And I didn't want it super black and thick and rich. I just wanted it like a faint kind of mark. Like I'm here, but it's not super intense. I wanted it to seem like if it was part of the background somehow, not the foreground, I guess. And as I was determined to use my paper stencils today, I thought, why not continue? But I don't want to use black, and I'm going to contrast and use white. So I'm using a regular makeup sponge to apply all these paints. This one seems to be giving trouble. When I checked it out, I realized that the bottom is pretty hard, so I just cut it off. And then I get some nice smooth sponge because clearly I did not rinse it from my last use, and therefore the paint dried and it just hardened. I did not drop it in my bowl of soapy water, which I usually keep under my desk when I'm doing stenciling. So I'm just going to apply the white strips, continuing with my lines but giving it a nice bright highlight because the page was getting a bit dark. Then I'm going to dry this and do another layer, another coat of the white because I want it to really pop. Then I thought how fun it would be if I put some marks in it. But I didn't realize that it was almost dry. So what I ended up doing was just end up making marks with the pencil instead, which actually I liked. So I just continued and I left it. And I liked it. So yes, it popped, but it's been interrupted by the gray pencil, which is fine. And I felt that the page still needed some other white marks somewhere on it. So I'm using the small spaces here now, my small lines, to just add some white marks. So because the lines are smaller, it doesn't seem as intense, at least in my eyes. And then I'm adding another small bit down below, and I quite like that a lot. Then I thought it needed more, so I took my Fude ball pen and I decided to outline the bigger black rectangles. And after I did the first one, I thought I should not have done it. I should have left it, but it was already done. And I couldn't undo it, so I just did all, and I said we'll see how it looks after. So I'm looking at the page thinking about what it might need, and I thought dots. We have all these lines on all over the page, different sizes, different directions, so let's do some dots. But not big and not to stand out. So I'm just doing 2 sets, one in the corner there on the right and one on this side on the left, just to break it up a tiny bit, just to add something really small. And then I thought that was too small, so I used the POSCA pen marker, but the thin one, to add more, but it just looked pretty much the same, but that's okay. Just to make it the dots a little bigger so you could see it a little bit more. And I thought about doing some white outline, but then I changed my mind. And that's it. Trying to keep it short these days. I didn't have much time to work with once again. And look at that. I love it. I love that. I love it, love it, love it. Yes, I felt that I should add some more marks in those white lines. It just felt like it needed something. So I'm just adding some black scratches with the Fude ball pen, just in small spaces in all of the rectangles, the big rectangles. And that is where I ended it. So as always, thank you so much for joining me, for taking part. I hope you created too. I hope it inspired you to create. And I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone. Don't forget to leave your comments. I love your comments. Don't forget. Bye.